Hey, coordinators and coaches, I hope you're having a good day today. This is a video to make sure that we're all on the same page as far as our communication strategy in 2019. So in the past, what this has looked like on a Sunday morning for us is that I would do the A-Team Huddle and everybody would come together. And so we all know what that has looked like in the past. But what that's going to be changing to in 2019 is I will do the all A-Team Huddle the first Sunday of every month. But all the other Sundays of the month, that's going to be ministry specific. And that will be led by either coordinators or coaches based upon how the ministry is structured. So what I want to do in this video is to give you a quick tutorial of what we want to accomplish. I'm also going to send you a document with everything that I'm sharing here to make sure that we all understand that both visually and we can read it as well and have a document if you need it on a Sunday morning. But then at the end of this, I'm going to give you some very specific things that I'd like for you to communicate this week and this month in your huddle. So when you are doing your huddle, you can start that at any time you'd like. So previously we started ours at 9 a.m. But if you have everybody there and ready and you'd like to do it at 8:30, that's fine. You just need to be done around 9:15 at the latest because we want to make sure that we're ready to greet our guests. So the model that I've given you is for a 20-minute huddle. You can change that based upon what you need to do within your ministry. So the first thing is you want to do a meet and greet. And the meet and greet, just make sure that you are not task driven. It's so easy to be that at a portable campus, but make sure you're giving high fives, hugs, and really asking people how they're doing and really just making a personal connection. That's very important, especially in the first thing in the morning. It just helps people start the day off right. You can start that off with prayer as well if you'd like. The second thing is you want to celebrate your wins. The reason why this is important is because people want to be on the winning team. And so what are you trying to accomplish in your area of ministry? So talk about the number that you had last week or what you were wanting someone new to come into your ministry and they did. And so just let people know the positives because it's so easy for people to see the negatives, but what are the positives in your area of ministry? It's really important. You can share this past week. We had a record attendance as Daystar as a whole, and our campus was up 14% over the same Sunday last year, which is good, strong, healthy growth. And so that's something you can encourage them with. Also, someone received Christ in our services last week at the Horseman Creek campus. So very encouraging. The next thing is you want to do ministry specific updates. I encourage you to not get too bogged down in the details here. It's very easy as leaders because we're so passionate about our area of ministry, but just give them the information that they need and then give them the why if there are changes. But any specific changes here, you want to give that to them. The next thing is storytelling. Storytelling is very important. You see me model this for you all the time. So as a coordinator or coach, you are always looking for those stories because the story is what people remember. They're not going to remember your update and the strategic things you're trying to do. They're always going to remember your story. And so make sure that you can find stories that help people understand what you're trying to accomplish and why you're doing what you're doing in your area of ministry. If there was a child that's live that was changed, or somebody prayed for the first time in your ministry, or somebody served for the first time, just help people understand those stories. The next thing is hot seats. That's something that I created many years ago, but that's just, most of y'all have experienced those before, but it's just a place where we can kind of go around and we call out somebody and we say, hey, let's just encourage so-and-so today and let them know what we see God doing in their life. You don't have to just do an individual. You can do kind of like around the circle and just encourage one another. That just helps people because they don't get those words of life spoken to them anywhere else other than a small group. The last thing is prayer points, is you want to make sure that you pray before you serve. I would encourage you keep this time specific to ministry and not things that are outside. It's okay to pray for people personally, but a lot of times it can be very easy to get distracted during that time. So make sure that you help make sure that time is focused and very specific towards ministry. All right, so here's some of the things that I'd like for you to communicate in your huddles for this week and for the next few weeks. Number one is we want to be talking about our rally cry. So our rally cry is building a family. There's 3 different ways that we are doing that. Number one is we're creating an inviting culture. So we want to make sure that we are inviting people into our steps. And so oftentimes in your area of ministry, you hear, we don't have enough people, right? Or we need, there's no one coming from Growth Track. I would encourage you to tell your team what's creating an inviting culture. And so if you see somebody in the hallway, you know they're not serving, say, hey, come and try this out with us. We'd love for you to shadow train and just to see if you enjoy it. Or if you see somebody you don't know, hey, have you been to growth track yet? Or hey, have you been in a small group? Let's just work at really encouraging people to take another step. And if we all do that, people will do it. The next thing is that we want to be welcoming all the people from Hunter Hills. And so there's right around over 100 people that are coming right now, and that will probably increase over the next few weeks. So let's just make sure that those new people that are on our teams, let's just go out of our way to make them feel loved and appreciated, and that they really enjoy being a part of our team. Some of the feedback I've gotten from people already is they said, man, we really did feel the family atmosphere at the Horsepen Creek campus. So you're doing it, just encourage them to do it more. The last thing is you want to encourage them to be in a small group. We do have small group leader training that is coming up. Actually, it's going to be every Sunday of January. Here's the way that works is we've taken apprenticeship out of our small group model. That's only for freedom groups. So if anybody would like to lead a group, all they have to do is go to small group leader training. They get that information and we help them get their group started. And so we had 6 people last week who decided to do that. Hopefully that's 6 new groups for us. And we're hoping to have more this Sunday and all the other Sundays of January. So encourage people, hey, have you ever thought about leading a group? It's pretty easy here at Daystar. This is a step you need to take. That training will be after the first service of every Sunday in January. If they are not wanting to lead a group, let's just make sure that they all know it's important that at Daystar we value groups and that they get involved in a group, and then let them know what group you're in, just to encourage them. The last thing is there's 21 days of prayer and fasting that's coming up. That will be every morning at the YMCA, Monday through Friday. Saturday, we will be at the Hunter Hills campus, and that will be at 8 a.m. And so I'll just encourage you, let's just get as many people at the Y as possible. We'll be streaming that over there. I'll have some really nice sound, and I'll be there leading that. Right when you walk into the YMCA, if you'll take a left, it's all the way at the end of the hallway, and that will be from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. on the dot. That's the same. And then let's just encourage people to participate in the 21 days. All right, I think that's everything for this week. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me a Slack message. You can text me. Guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. See ya.